I'll chant the Guru Shloka to bring us into the practice. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurudev Namaha. Let's chant Om one time together. Om. Begin by rubbing your palms together to generate a little bit of heat, energy, and friction. Inhale, stretch the arms out. Exhale, base of palms together, fingers stretch out in Lotus Mudra or Padma Mudra. You can take this slow and sweet or faster. Palms together, take a long deep inhalation. Exhale. Take your pinky fingers and your palms are facing towards you. The pinky fingers wrap with the thumbs up in this little mudra. This is going to work with the energy of the adrenals, and lower this down to just below your rib cage. Feel a pull across your back and begin breath of fire in and out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale, release palms to your heart center. And feel the prana and relaxation moving through the body. Take your hands and swipe down the back of the body and over the hips a few times. Take your pinky fingers and rub right at the hip crests. Hands onto the knees. Pucker the lips, firm puckered lips, and begin a breath of fire through firm puckered lips. Inhale. Focus on the spine, swallow. Exhale out completely. Come forward onto your hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Begin to take long, deep cat and cow. Pay special attention to the breath moving down into the lower back, below the rib cage. Circle through crown of head and tailbone. Remember, our practice today is one of nurturing the energy of the kidneys and the adrenals, of bringing us out of fight and flight. Circle the other direction. Then release to a child's pose. Knees down onto the mat, chest down onto the thighs or between the thighs. Take your hands and gently rub your lower back below the rib cage. Come on to your hands and knees. Inhale and then exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees and roll your inner thighs in. Lift your tailbone and breathe down to the lower back, kidney, adrenal area. Then press your thigh bones up and back in space and roll your inner thighs in. Be here in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Ground into your left heel. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky. Take a deep exhalation. Draw your right foot through. Turn out through your back left toes. Everyone take your right forearm to thigh and roll your right rib cage under. Draw the left arm by the ear. Parshva Konasana. Press into the back left heel. Inhale up. Virabhadrasana. Exhale over. Inhale up. So finding this watery flow of opening the sides of the waist. Bringing new breath down the back of the body, the area that tends to get squozed. It's a very technical term. The fascia tends to get very tight and squeezes upward. Creating adrenal fatigue and the feeling of being wired yet tired at the same time. A feeling of being overwhelmed. So move through the back of the body, the spinous rectus and the obliques at the front of the body. Keep the jaw soft and feel the motion of the bones underneath the skin. Inhale, exhale, hands down to the mat. Knees and chin and chest come down. Pubic bone comes down. Inhale up a little Bhujanasana. Exhale, back to your child's pose. Again, massage the lower back or rub lower back below the rib cage. You can even take your hands into light fists and lightly tap or pound on the kidney area. Then inhale deeply, exhale. Lift the hips up, bend the knees, spiral the inner thighs in. Press your thigh bones up and back in space. Breathe into the back of the body. Turn out through the right toes. Exhale, left foot comes through. Bend into the left knee, left forearm to thigh. Roll the left rib cage under, right arm by the ear. Inhale, lift up, warrior two. Exhale, over. Inhale up. Exhale. Really moving alongside of the spine. Breathing down into the lower centers. Connecting with the depth of your breath. Exhale, hands down to the mat, downward facing dog. Knees and chin and chest come down to the mat. Press the pubic bone down. Draw the elbows back. Inhale, lift up Bhujanasana. Deep breath down into the lower back. Exhale, child's pose. Massage the lower back, or rub or pet. Swipe through the lower back, the buttocks, the pelvic floor. Walk your hands out in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the feet underneath your hips. Lift up through the heart space. Exhale, release down. Now bend your knees. Squeeze your thighs. Notice that the lower back is going to get a little bit of pressure. We don't want any pain, but a little bit of pressure through the kidney area. So we squeeze up and out. We're going to purposely squeeze the kidney area. And then we inhale. We straighten the knees and exhale. Swan dive down and over the legs. Breathe down the back of the legs. And now drain down through the feet. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, or knees and chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe into the lower back. Strengthen the kidneys and the adrenals. Let them, so gentle squeeze on the kidneys and adrenals, so then they release stress hormones, and then we dump it out through our practice. I mean, that isn't exactly technically what happens, but it does happen that we do change our hormone and adrenal and endocrine patterns through our practice. So it helps to visualize that. Inhale, draw right leg up. Exhale, draw your right foot through. Ground down, inhale up, high or low lunge, crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat, right foot meets the left, optional vinyasa. Lift through the heart, exhale, downward facing dog. Ground into the right foot, inhale, left leg up towards the sky, exhale, left foot through. Steady on, ground down, inhale up, high lunge or low lunge. Hands to the mat, optionally through your vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Feet underneath the hips, lift through the heart. Exhale, release down, bend the knees, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift up. Feel the lower back, feel below the rib cage. Exhale, stand up straight. And ground down into the feet. Bend the knees, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, lift up. Gentle pressure through the Back of the rib cage through the lower back. Stand up straight. Exhale, drain down and forward. You can even take the hands, swipe them down the legs. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, optional vinyasa. We're back to downward facing dog. Ground into your right foot. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot through, right knee down onto the mat. Low lunge. Inhale up. Lengthen and draw right elbow across left knee. Right hand on top of left. Tuck your back right toes. Press into your right heel and rotate through the heart. Send your tailbone down. Draw your lower belly back. Inhale, lift up. High crescent lunge. Hands to the mat. Optional vinyasa. We're back to downward facing dog. Ground into your left heel. Inhale, draw your right leg up. Exhale, right foot comes through. Left knee down. Inhale up, low lunge. Lift and rotate. Left elbow across right knee. Right hand on top of left. If you like to tuck your back toes, press into the back heel. Send the tailbone down and then inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. Hands to the mat, optional vinyasa. Lift up through the heart, exhale, downward facing dog. Draw your feet underneath your hips, lift through the heart. Exhale, release down, bend the knees. Tailbone down, inhale, lift up. Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up straight. Take your feet out, about hip distance apart, and begin to twist. Little Kriya action. In Qigong, this is called tapping on the gate of life. You let the backs of the hands tap on the kidney area. You can be very directed with the breath, inhaling one side, exhaling the other, or slower and steady. We're going to take this Kriya for about a minute. You can let the knees be soft. You can let the head rotate. Let the motion dissipate. Bring your feet underneath the hips. Left arm by the ear, right arm down by the side. Inhale up, exhale, switch. Again, you could go as fast or as slow as feels good to you. Be aware that your knees don't hyperextend. Again, we'll take this little Kriya action for opening the sides of the waist and the lungs for about a minute. As I said, today's practice is a combination of some flowing yoga postures and little actions, little Kriya, to strengthen and tonify the energy of the kidneys. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, arms down. Next one, as if you have a very large backpack on your back and you throw it down. You could go to here, or inhale up, exhale down further. Watch the knees over the midline of the feet. Only do this to your own capacity. Throwing off emotional weight, karma, baggage, like a ball and chain. Let it go. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale. Feet slightly turned out for balance. Double inhalation. With fists, retain the breath. Double exhalation, draw in. Through the mouth. Moving the prana that we've generated through our practice and distributing it. Double inhalation. Make fists. Tighten the body, draw up, double exhalation out. Soften. Double inhalation, fists, double exhalation, soften. Double inhalation, fists, tighten, lift the pelvic floor gently, double exhalation, soften. Double inhalation, tighten, double exhalation, soften. Double inhalation, tighten, double exhalation, soften. Place the feet underneath the hips, hands to the thighs. Inhale deeply, exhale out completely. Now move the belly in and out without breathing, as if you're belly dancing. Agni Sara Kriya. Inhale. Exhale completely. Move the belly in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Move the belly in and out. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Pump the navel. Gently release, inhale. Stand up, take the feet out a little bit wider. Arms out to the sides, inhale. Exhale, left hand to right foot, inhale up. Across the body, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Cross lateral connectivity. Breathe down to the back of the body. Now you could take this as slow or as fast that suits you. Inhale up, exhale. Draw the left toes in, draw the right toes out. If you like to, you can place a block behind the right ankle. Squeeze the inner thighs up and in. Lengthen through the side of the waist, press into your back left heel. Right hand down to the block or to the mat, or peace sign fingers to the big toes. Roll the right rib cage under. Draw the left arm forward, head of arm bone back, and then draw arm by the ear. Now breathe down to the lower back and below the rib cage. Hand to the side of the waist, inhale, lift up, exhale, other side. Shivananda style Trikonasana. Start from the top, inhale, lengthen, exhale, hand to block, mat or peace sign fingers around big toe. Reach top right arm forward, pull the head of the arm bone back, sweep the arm all the way by the ear. Breathe down to the lower back. Breathe down to below the rib cage. The adrenals are what give us the power to make it through the storm. They are a repository, one of the repositories of our ojas, our vitality. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, draw your feet together. Stand with feet hip distance apart, palms together. Inhale, exhale, lean to the right side. Pull the left elbow back. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. Ground and then open these sides of the waist and the back of the body. That can start to, especially when we do a lot of sitting, squeeze up and in. Inhale. Exhale, turn the feet out, palms out, in front, Tara Asana, star pose. Hands to the sides of the waist, draw the feet together, stand forward at the front of your mat. Inhale, expand up. Exhale, lengthen down and forward over the legs. Take a moment. Hands to the lower back, all the way down to the heels. Inhale up. Exhale, optional vinyasa. Or back to downward facing dog. And turn out through your left toes. Exhale, draw your right foot through. Slowly straighten through your front right knee. Left hand to a block or to the mat, lengthen out. Lift through your back, left arch, and then inhale, draw right arm up by the ear. Parivrita Trikonasana. Smooth the energy down the back, down the adrenals, all the way down to the back heel. Hands to the mat, optional vinyasa or back to downward facing dog. Turn out through right toes, exhale, left foot comes through. Slowly straighten through the front left knee. Right hand to the block or to the mat. Press into the right heel, lengthen the sides of the waist. Rotate right rib cage under. Draw left arm up towards the sky. Breathe into the back of the body. Hands to the mat. Optional vinyasa or back to downward facing dog. Ground into your left heel. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, draw your right foot through. Slowly straighten through both knees with both sets of toes, all 10 toes pointing forward. So I'm not turning out through the back left toes. All the toes are pointing forward. Pull the head of the right femur back. Left hand can go onto a block or onto the mat. And now I'm really intending my back left heel down to the mat. It's about 1/4 inch off. But I'm going to tend it down. So variation on revolved triangle. Squeeze the inner thighs, draw left rib cage under, then draw the right arm by the ear. Should really feel the back of the right leg. Hands to the mat. Optional vinyasa or back to downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the left leg up. Exhale, left foot through. Slowly straighten both knees. All the toes point forward. Pull the head of the left leg bone back. Squeeze the inner thighs. Roll the right rib cage under. Draw left arm up towards the sky. And then sweep the arm by the ear. Variation on revolved triangle pose. Hands to the mat, optionally through your vinyasa or back to downward facing dog. Draw your feet underneath your hips, lift through the heart. Exhale, release down. Take your hands, swipe them down backs of the legs, down the kidneys. Feet are hip distance apart. Bend your knees deep over the midline of the feet. Forearms together, thumbs to the forehead. Inhale, straighten, exhale, swan dive down and over the legs. Nod the head yes and no, and maybe turn out through the toes. You could take this way up here. Onto the toes, hands down. Inhale, tailbone up. Exhale, seated. Ten, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up, take your feet out a little bit wider. Toes turn out, bend your knees, hands down onto the mat or behind the heels, or wrap your hands all the way on top of the feet. Gaze upward, slightly feel the pressure into the back of the body just a little bit. Lift tailbone up, heart center down, roll toes forward, hip distance apart. Peace sign, fingers around the big toes, lift up, exhale, draw chest down. Bend the knees, roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Feel into your legs. Ground into the right foot or left foot. Left hand can be by the wall. Bend through the right knee, reach right hand back around. Hand to foot. Press foot to hand. Inhale, lift up. Open through the lungs, the chest. Breathe down into the kidneys, Natarajasana. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, ground down. You can always use the wall. Let this be a thigh stretch. Bend through the left knee, left hand to left foot. Press, lift, and open. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, ground down. Full arm circle. Bend knee. Press. Hand could go to the wall. Lift a little higher. Feel the lower back. Breathe into the kidneys, into the adrenals. Exhale. Big circle. Left arm. Ground into right foot. Bend the knee. Inner thigh in. Press. Open. Inhale up. Exhale. Release. Now, if you have a wall, hands onto the wall, L-shape press. If you don't have a wall, could use the back of a couch. You could, or you could just take a downward facing dog. Feet hip distance apart, inner thighs in, hands pressing against the wall. Breathe down into your lower back. Walk the hands up the wall. Stand forward at the front of your mat. Deep breath, inhale up, exhale, swan dive down. Inhale up halfway, exhale, downward facing dog. Draw your legs and feet all the way through until you bring your legs all the way around to the front. Bring your arms out in front, thumbs up, little fire element. Inhale forward, exhale, pull back. Keep the spine straight. I'm scooting backwards. Keep the arms parallel to the earth. Keep going. Breathe. Keep the arms up, keep the thumbs up, keep the sides of the mouth up. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, lengthen forward, Paschimottanasana. And roll up through the spine. Bend your knees, hands down onto the mat behind you. Tips of the scapula down. Inhale. Pelvis up, head only down to the back as much as feels comfortable. Sits bones down onto the mat. Come all the way down onto your back. Feet down. Now, if you can, without strain, hold onto your ankles, do so. But if that means your knees go out or in, or if your feet are way behind your knees and so it's placing pressure on the collateral ligament, then just place the hands down onto the mat. So if it's comfortable, hands onto the ankles. If it doesn't work for you, hands down onto the mat. Inhale, pelvis up. Exhale down. Our Setu Bandha Asana as a little Kriya action. Strengthening the energy of the adrenals and the kidneys. Draw your knees in towards your chest, squeeze them in. Either rock back and forth on your spine if that works for you, or roll over onto your right side. Come up to seated. Bring your legs around behind you. Hands underneath the shoulders. A modified Bidala Asana. Inhale, right knee to nose. Exhale, lifting right leg up behind. But don't lift the hip. The inner thigh is in and the belly is engaged. Toes down onto the mat, downward facing dog, pump through the knees. Knees down onto the mat, other side, modified cat and cow. Left knee into nose, exhale out behind. Knee down onto the mat, downward facing dog. Pedal through the feet, one knee and then the other. Down dog twist, ground into your right hand, bring your left hand down to the right thigh. ankle or foot. Look underneath right armpit. Other side. Exhale, knees down onto the mat. Now, the next one is palms together, sitting on the heels, chin up. We lift forward and put a little bit of pressure, not so much that it hurts, but a little bit of pressure onto the lower back. Inhale as you stretch forward, exhale back. My palms are together and pinky fingers are down onto the mat. My knees are slightly wide. My chin is up. My gaze is upward. This is a specific Kriya for strengthening the energy of the kidneys. It is also said to be curative for kidney stones. I don't know if it's true. Keep going. Child's pose. Swipe hands down the back of the body. Massage the kidney area. Roll up through the spine. Bring the legs out in front of you. And just massage the knees, around the knees. The back of the knees. In some forms of yogic anatomy, the knees are an important, and sometimes in Ayurveda, you know, they relate to apanavata, downward flow, which has a relationship to the adrenals and kidneys. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Baddha Konasana, lengthen and draw down. Roll up through the spine, take your legs out wide. Press into your heels, inhale, exhale forward. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Slowly bring your legs together. Roll down onto your back, either knees into your chest, squeezing them in, or rocking back and forth on the spine. If you take spinal rolls, be very aware of your cervical spine. If there's any cervical spine pain, I don't recommend doing this, or do it very small or rocked side to side rather than forward and back. Place your feet down onto the mat. Lift your sacrum up, slide a block underneath the sacrum. Draw your legs out long in front. Now if you have any pinching in the lower back, go down to a lower setting or even a blanket underneath the sacrum. But the point here is to open up the front of the hips so they don't pinch up, so the musculature doesn't pinch up the back of the body and squeeze the adrenals. Take your pinky fingers and rub. Karate chop at the hip flexor, the hip crests or the hip creases, and then draw your arms up above the head. And place your feet down onto your mat. Rest here in your supported bridge pose for a moment. And lift your hips up off the block, roll down through the spine. Place your feet down as wide as the mat. Swivel the knees over to the right side. And rotate your head back to the left side. And move the breath down to the adrenals, to the kidneys. Knees up to the center, swivel to the other side. Ground through your right shoulder. Rotate your head back to the right side if that's comfortable. Inhale up, exhale, swivel over to the right side. Flex your right foot and bring your right ankle to your left thigh. And gently release, feet down, inhale, exhale, swivel. Flex your left foot, bring left foot to right thigh. Release and draw your right leg down towards the end of your mat. Draw your left knee up, right hand to your left knee. Inhale, exhale, rotate into a twist. Bottom hip back underneath the top. And then open through your shoulder. And take your left leg extended out long. Right knee into your chest, left hand across to your right knee. Rotate. Exhale, release, happy baby pose. Breathe down to the lower back, the adrenals, the kidneys. And place the soles of the feet together, the knees apart. Open your arms out in a cactus shape or T shape, Supta Baddha Konasana. And take your legs and extend them out long onto the mat. Flex and point your toes. Stretch your body out and then come into your Savasana, your long, deep relaxation. Take a long, deep breath in and release it outward. Let your whole body soften onto the earth. Release your jaw and your face. Totally relax. Totally soften and let your whole body, your whole mind drift. Drawing a deeper breath. Move that breath all the way out to your fingers and toes. Move your fingers and toes and your wrists and ankles. Stretch your body out in all directions. Rub the palms of your hands together and the soles of your feet together. Massage your face and your jaw down the back of your neck. Stretch your body from side to side if you like to. And then make your way up to seated. Place your hands at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. May we all have the energy that we need to make it through all obstacles. May our reserve of energy be vast. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings find peace. May all beings find happiness. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. We'll create a dedication to peace by chanting Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale out completely. Inhale deeply to begin. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Much love to you, my friends.